This is a Fox News Alert. Welcome to Washington. I'm Brett Baer. President Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, under fire tonight from President Trump. A blistering presidential statement this afternoon saying when Bannon was fired, he, quote, not only lost his job, he lost his mind. The jaw-dropping response coming hours after excerpts from a new book were published in which Bannon called a 2016 meeting between Trump campaign officials and a Russian lawyer, quote, treasonous and unpatriotic. Bannon also warned that a special counsel investigation that looked into money laundering could take down members of the president's family and topple his presidency. The White House now calls this book trashy tabloid fiction. But the author says he was given unfettered access inside the early days of the Trump White House and completed more than 200 interviews, many of them on the record. Correspondent Kevin Cork is following all the developments from the North Lawn. Good evening, Kevin.
Hey there, Brett, from a very chilly White House North Lawn. Actually, I think this is important to point out for the viewers at home. Steve Bannon wasn't officially a part of the Trump campaign at the time of that now infamous meeting over at Trump Tower, but that has not stopped him from not only weighing in on it, but also leveling some pretty serious accusations. And that left the White House today in a fighting mood.
Did the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., commit treason?
Is the president now blocking Steve Bannon?
How surprised were you at what you read? An otherwise frigid day in the nation's capital suddenly turned white hot with controversy.
I think furious, disgusted would probably certainly fit when you make such outrageous claims and completely false claims against the president, his administration, and his family.
White House officials reacting to explosive excerpts that surfaced from the forthcoming book, Fire and Fury, inside the Trump White House.
I know that the book has a lot of things so far of what we've seen that are completely untrue. You have many people that have quotes that are sourced to them that are now coming out publicly and saying that those things are not true.
In the book, author Michael Wolff reports that the president's former chief strategist Steve Bannon described the now infamous Trump Tower meeting between the president's son and a group of Russians during the 2016 campaign as, quote, treasonous and unpatriotic. Bannon reportedly said that he believed that after the meeting, the Russians were taken to see then-candidate Trump himself. The chance that Don Jr. didn't walk these Jumos up to his father's office on the 26th floor is zero, he said. President Trump has repeatedly denied meeting Russians during the campaign. As for the ongoing Russia probe, Bannon surmised that Special Counsel Bob Mueller is focusing his attention on possible money laundering involving Trump acolytes in an effort to ensnare the president. They're going to crack Don Jr. like an egg on national TV, he said. The president, who's not been seen on camera since returning from his holiday vacation to Florida, issued a blistering response, saying in part, Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency. When he was fired, he not only lost his job, he lost his mind. Adding, Steve doesn't represent my base. He's only in it for himself. Bannon's suggestions in the book appear in sharp contrast to an interview he gave last year about so-called Russian collusion.
Look, I was there. It's a total and complete farce. Russian collusion is a farce.
Okay. The row over the book comes as another controversy was brewing over the president's tweet about North Korea, in which he suggested that his so-called nuclear button was bigger and more powerful than that of Kim Jong-un. An online outburst deemed by some as unbecoming.
President Trump seems happy with macho boasts and belligerent threats that get us nowhere. President Trump's foreign policy by tweet will not advance our standing in the world.
Back to the book for just a second there, Brett. The First Lady's office is also weighing in on this. Stephanie Grisham, the spokesperson for the First Lady, saying that this book is destined to be clearly sold in the fiction section of the bookstores. It'll sell nonetheless. Brett?
Much more on all this with the panel. Kevin, thank you.